Hello pilgrims, it's nice to be here again with you on another lovely sunny day, but we won't go into that just yet. Now this is the astrology for the full moon in July, which used to be known as the buck moon, a thunder moon, or a wart moon. I thought they were things you got on your hands and places, noses for witches. Anyway, but the Anglo-Saxons used to call it a hay moon, which actually makes probably, I think, more sense. But there we go. So for those of you that are interested, that's another little snippet for you. So we start now. This new astrology video is for Wednesday, the 29th of July at 15:36, that's UK time, BST, and it is for the full moon in Aquarius at 6 degrees 30, which opposes Jupiter in Leo. Now, 3 days before this full moon, Saturn will have retrograded, joining Neptune and Pluto, also still retrograde, at 4 degrees of Aries and Aquarius, respectively. Legal dealings, court cases, and laws, and the law will be headlining or under serious review. We have a new Prime Minister, as you will all no doubt know, and a lot will be hanging on the issues he will have proposed and their effects on the people. Saturn retrograde gives us all a chance to review and revisit the serious stuff in our lives and how to address or change any restrictions for the better and for more practical working solutions. It's time to reorganize, to carefully, once and for all, solidify our path forward to a better, freer, more sustainable future. That's for us personally and for this beautiful world we live on. One that is fair and just for all. The opposition to this full moon, or the opposition of the full moon, oh dear, I never change, do I? Anyway, it's a bit of fun. The opposition here between this moon and Jupiter, that is fair and just for all, as I've said. So, right, you know, I don't think I should be let out on my own, really. But I know you'll struggle on with me and we'll get there in the end. Right, the opposition between the moon and Jupiter, they are both in fixed signs and will help to curb some of the Jupiter's over-enthusiasm. Backed by Saturn retrograde, cooling some of the Aquarian rebelliousness. I nearly said that wrong. Rebelliousness. Yes. Rebellion. In order to make some more Spock-like logical decisions. So head over heart. In these volatile times, it is important to be rational, whether it be reorganizing the school run or running the country. This is a very, very fast-moving time to the end of this year. Please stay calm. So this last few months of the year, it's still a time of more omelettes and eggs. You know, I've said to you before about you can't make an omelette without breaking eggs. So a bit more of that. Try not to get sucked into the drama, though. That's very important. This month's events, decisions, and changes are impacting the next, will impact the next 3 to 4 years. So hence why we need to look at things seriously and maybe go over things, have a bit of a tweak, look at a bit of a broader picture instead of a little bit of a narrower one, and just generally revisit any decisions you might have made or are thinking of making. I cannot emphasize enough what potent times we now live in. We are physically and globally moving into a future of redistribution of wealth in all its forms. The old order must go for a new way of thinking and being. It's not just thinking, it is being. We are human beings. And this is to bring back power to the people, not just power to the few. So things like big business or big businesses, the religions of the world who seem to have quite a hold on us in lots of ways, all the world leaders and their shenanigans, and the lawmakers and the people who have lots of money. Money doesn't save your life, and it doesn't bring you happiness, despite what people may think. So all those type of things. So the few haves and the billions that have not or have very little. Also at this time we will hear about lots of people in the public eye falling from grace. So it's not just world leaders, but maybe politicians, not necessarily head honchos, wealthy people, people in big business, all that type of thing, famous people. We will see what pops out of the woodwork. This full moon will shine a light on technology too, because it's in Aquarius, and that is very, or often is very technologically minded, very forward thinking, very eureka and inventive and novel and different, which of course a lot of the new technology is. And it's hard to get your head around if you're not someone who really gets on well with those things. And I have to say, I put my hand up to say, it's not so much I can't do it, I don't really want to. And that's awful, really, isn't it? But there we go. We are all human. There also will be, I feel, some new developments here, discoveries, and some erratic technological output. In fact, I went to work on my laptop today and it didn't want to connect to the internet. Well, you know, it's all very well having it, but if you can't access it, it's not a lot to use. Anyhow, I think there may also be, when we're talking of on the lines of discovery, perhaps new planets or new stars being discovered, or also maybe some form of new life form from the atmospheres. I'm not sure how this will manifest, whether it be just connection to or actual one-to-one, I'm not sure, but keep your eyes and ears peeled for that. We cannot be the only people in this universe or living, sentient, intelligent beings. So we will see. There will also be more spiritual connection, so people seeing or understanding that there is more to this world than we actually can feel and touch. So spirit communication, maybe some more clairsentience, and telepathic information coming through, lots of people discovering new abilities and new ideas about things and being more open to that type of thing. It's such a vast field. There is so much going on between the planets, it's hard to report and keep track, or keep on track. Oh, I have Mercury in Aquarius and a Gemini ascendant, so I can go off at a tangent, as probably well you know, and get my words mixed up, as I've said before. Anyway, that's me. A full moon is when the sun and moon are in opposition, always causing some form of extreme, as they are in polarity. So the sun, the moon, opposite, so they're pulling against one another, polarity. The Sun and Jupiter in Leo opposed this moon confirms the extensive outbreaks of fire and the lack of water worldwide, Leo being a fire sign, of course, and the moon governs water. It's a water sign, or it rules Cancer. This is worldwide, not just here. There are major times of loss to our planet, its wildlife and habitats. Aquarius is an air sign. This is also fanning the flames and creating dust storms, high winds, tornadoes, etc. I mean, even here in England, we've had some really quite chilly winds despite the heat. We have intense feelings ecologically now and are really opening our eyes to what can or should be done and what is truly possible. These intense feelings are also fueling demonstrations, uprisings, riots and the like in areas including technology, injustice and control issues, large and small. There is so much emphasis and planetary evidence encouraging us to focus, but on which? Technology or the natural and spiritual? We need to choose. There will be more rights to the common people coming into being, but slowly and in spurts, fits and starts, you know. So again, we will see how this all pans out. Also, I'm afraid seismic and erratic developments are here we go again. I'm not going to redo all this. This is me. I'll redo it and probably be worse. So just have a laugh and we'll carry on. Also, I'll start again. Also, seismic events and erratic developments and erratic events are indicated throughout this month and into August and September. This is a catalytic time for our future to be, believe it or not, wonderful. This is a positive time for our world and us as never before. It is visionary, idealistic, loving, very fast, adventurous, awakening, and joyous. So act for your future with justice, be inclusive, positive, and act in love. The choice is in our hands. I trust as always you find this interesting and that it helps you. Sorry for the bumblings, but you know, no one's perfect. Take good care of yourselves and your loved ones. Blessed be.